this is the kind of software that can really help you. Um, but be warned though. I mean, obviously, it's people selling software, and they want to make money out of it. So obviously, they can have some pretty bold claims, as most of them do. But you got to do a bit of due diligence on the kind of software you're interested in, at least. But I can honestly say that if you use it as a tool, software can really help you, make some huge changes in the way you look at things. So, um, as I said, the key thing to making trading software, or like at least analysis software, work for you, is you got to use it as a tool to help you make decisions, and you got to realize that ultimately you're the one that's responsible for making the decision, and that's been my take on software. And I've tried quite a few of these analysis packages. I mean, as I said, some of them are expensive, some of them are cheap. It all depends on what they look for, because in the end, it's a piece of software and it can't really think. But in saying that, the new trend in trading software is definitely this whole artificial intelligence idea. And it's basically, I think, one of the best examples of AI is, I mean, Google's using it, because search engines are basically, it's artificial intelligence. It's not just like a stupid calculator anymore that just spits out random bits of data. It's software that's learning to think. I mean, it's an absolutely fascinating thing, and if you read financial magazines, you must have seen a lot of it in the media. But it's definitely something that's the future of trading software. And I mean, I've been interested in it for quite a bit because apart from trading, I am a bit of a computer buff, and I must say I think the idea of software and computers running things. You only need to watch the Terminator to see, just what can happen. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. The one thing I have tried was, well, I've tried several of them, but one of the more affordable ones is a package called Stock Assault. Now, Stock Assault claims to use this artificial intelligence, and basically what it does is, it instead of analyzing a couple of trends, it would actually you know analyze trends amongst each other, and it would start interpreting things. So yeah, I mean, who knows how it really works, but it it's definitely worth a go. I mean, I I use it as a tool. I don't use it, in the way they advertise it, because they advertise it in a way where they say, you put your money in and this thing's going to trade for you. But if you use it purely as a stock picking software, if you use it purely as something, to help you find stocks that you can look at in closer detail, then it's highly recommended. Um, so yeah, as I said, it picks stocks based on this algorithm they've built into the software, and it tells you when to buy, and then obviously it tells you when to sell. Because as soon as you, what happens is, as soon as you pick a stock, it actually marks that stock in the software, and then it would give you alerts as to when buy and sell signals come up. So yeah, that's Stock Assault, and I think ideally, if you want to use it, the kind of time frames that it works really well for is if you do trades for anything between 2 and 10 days. Like if you're willing to hold on to a stock, I mean, this is sort of the frames in which I like to trade, is holding on to something for anything between 2 and 10 days, and that's when Stock Assault's really good for. Um, but in saying that, the picks are pretty low risk. It's not big, big trades they're going for. We're not looking at 600-700% gains. I think it's more conservative, and maybe they've done it for a reason. But just stepping back to some of the earlier videos, like back in the course, when I said the whole strategy of winning big and losing small kind of falls well into this whole stock assault strategy. And basically what it's trying to do with a low risk approach is, if a stock is going to lose, you're not going to lose 80-90% on it. If it loses, you lose maximum 10%. That's as much as I'm willing to lose. But when you win, you want to have bigger wins. You want to have like 50-60% gains. So in that sense, stock assault's pretty good as well. Results is what's going to speak ultimately. I think on their website they're claiming 90% success rate, which is it's just not possible. But I found that I would say 75% of their picks are actually gains. Okay, and when they are positive gains, they usually average about 30-35% gain. And then the 25% that are losers are usually cut short really quickly. So the 25% losing trades usually lose about 10%, which is where I would set my stop losses anyway. So just as a side note, make sure you always use your stop losses, especially if you're gonna go on large trades. So what you can do with stocks, I think at the time of recording this video, which is now we're in July or June already, they are offering a 60-day trial. So if you go to this website address, you can download Stock Assault, and you can use it for free for 60 days. And my recommendation would be, don't go and put your life savings into this thing, and don't rely on the software. You got to rely on yourself. So I would suggest download it, see what it's like, use it to help you pick stocks, and test small, and use it for 60 days. And remember, you should always just filter the picks through your own eyes, and use some of the ideas we talked about in some of the previous videos. I think if you sort of don't be narrow-minded, you got to open your horizons and get ideas from different places. And Stock Assault is a great way to get ideas. Even if you have to buy it, it's not a $500-600 package. It's quite a small and simple little program, and I can highly recommend it. But as I said, make sure that you are ultimately the one making the decisions. So yeah, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.